Hello everyone. Our mini project title is Satellite Communication, guided by Mrs. P. Santosh Nemaru. Team members Sheikh Sajid, Sheikh Umar Ahmad, Sai Tendulkar, Velur Manikanta. So, what is satellite communication? Satellite communication is transporting information from one place to another using a communication satellite in orbit around the Earth. Watching the English Premier League every weekend with your friends would have been impossible without this. A communication satellite is an artificial satellite that transmits the signal via a transponder by creating a channel between the transmitter and the receiver at different Earth locations. Telephone, radio, television, internet, and military applications use satellite communications. Believe it or not, more than 2000 artificial satellites are acting around in space above your heads. Here we can see the block diagram regarding satellite communication.
Needs for satellite communication. We know that there are the different ways to communicate, and the propagation of these ways can occur in the different ways. Ground wave propagation and skywave propagation are the two ways communication take place for a certain distance. The maximum distance covered by them is 1500 kilometers, which was overcome by the introduction of satellite communication. How satellite communication work? The communication satellites are similar to the space mirrors that help us bounce signals such as the radio, internet data, and television from one side to the earth to another. Three stages are involved, which explain the working of satellite communication. There are uplink, transponders, downlink. Let us consider an example of signals from a television. In first stage, the signals from the television broadcast on the other side of the earth is first beamed up the satellite from the ground station to the earth. The process is known as uplink. The second stage involves transponders such as radio receivers, amplifiers, and transistors. These transponders boost the incoming signals and change its frequency so the outgoing signals are not alerted. Depending on the incoming signal sources, the transponders vary. The final stage involves a downlink in which the data is sent to the other end of the receiver on the earth. This is the important to understand the usually there is one uplink and multiple downlinks. In this picture we can see the satellite uplink ground station and downlink.
Satellite communications in India. It is interesting to know that the Indian National Satellite INSAT system is one of the largest domestic communication systems that is placed in a geostationary orbit. There are more than 200 transponders in the Indian state system and are used for various purposes such as telecommunications, weather forecasting, television broadcasting, disaster warning, search and rescue operations, and satellite news gathering. Below is the list of the communication satellites along with their applications. Here we can see the satellite name, launch date and applications. GSAT 30. Its launch date is January 17, 2020. Application is communication. And another satellite name is GSAT 31. Launch date is February 6, 2020. Its application is also is communication. And another one GSAT 15. Its launch date is November 11, 2015. Application is communication and navigation. Another satellite name is GSAT 10. Launch date is September 29, 2012. Application is communication and navigation. Like here we can see the Kalpana 2002 communication and climate and environment. Satellite communication services. There are two categories in which satellite communication services can be classified. One-way satellite communication, two-way satellite communication. One-way satellite communication. In one-way satellite communication, the communication usually takes place between either one or multiple earth stations with the help of a satellite. The communication takes place between the transmitter on the earth, first earth satellite to the receiver, which is the second earth satellite. The transmission of the signal is unidirectional. Some common one-way satellite communication is position location services are provided by the radio. Tracking is the part of the space operation services. Internet services takes place with the broadcasting satellites.
Following is the picture which explains the one-way satellite communication. In this picture, we can see the satellite uplink, downlink, and the first Earth station to the second Earth station. Two-way satellite communication. In two-way satellite communication, the information is exchanged between any two Earth stations. It can be said that there is a point-to-point connectivity. The signal is transmitted from the first Earth station to the second Earth station, such that there are the two uplink and two downlink between the Earth station and the satellite.
Following is the figure of two-way satellite communication. Advantage of satellite communication. Installments of circuits are easy. The elasticity of these circuits are excellent. With the help of satellite communication, every corner of the earth can be covered. The user fully controls the network. Applications of satellite communication. Telephone, television, digital cinema, radio, broadcasting, internet access, military, distraction management. Thank you.